Hello there. I've been a member of the Last Night from Glasgow music label for a few years now. It's a great label, full of surprises. Highly recommend it. I'd heard a few weeks ago that as part of their roster for next year, they were releasing a new album by the actor Peter Capaldi from Doctor Who, Thick of It fame, which I thought was quite intriguing. I knew that he was in a band, the Dreamboys, I think, back in the day, but to be honest, hadn't heard that much about them, and was pretty sure he hadn't done much since then. So I thought that'll be one to look forward to. And then a couple of weeks ago, I got an email from the label telling me that there was a surprise pop-up gig in Glasgow, where Capaldi was going to play a run through of the new album, and would I like to go? Which of course the answer was yes, and thankfully my diary allowed me to do that. So away I went. It was great. Didn't really know what to expect. I know that the Dream Boys back in the day were a bit post-punk, but it was over 40 years ago. Capaldi came out. He looked great, but you could see there was real nerves there. He was with a four-piece band, and I think his first words when he came on stage were, "Oh boy," and you could see that he was excited, but a little bit apprehensive. And away they went. So an album run through, as I say, didn't really know any of the songs. So how do you review a Peter Capaldi gig? So as a frontman, he's a natural frontman, albeit there were some nerves there early on. You can see that he's able to put a performance on. No doubt some of his kind of acting experience helps with that. But you can see he loves what he's doing. He reminded me quite a lot actually of Hamish Hawk, a slightly older version, but that's no bad thing. Yeah, Hawk's a really good frontman. So that was all good. He's a great guitar player. So as a musician, turns out he's fantastic. I'd heard he was a pretty good guitarist, and he played about maybe 50, 60% of the songs. He played guitar, mainly the rhythm. He took a couple of leads. I think he played on Sweet Illusion as a lead, and then When There's No One You Can Call, which was the last song, I think, or the second last song, which was kind of slower song, and it had a big Purple Rain style outro. And he smashed it. And there was quite a lot of sort of local musicians and artists there to watch him. And you could see there was a kind of real respect for what Capaldi and the band were putting out there, which was really nice to see. And what about the songs themselves? The songs were good. It was first listen, so it's hard to do a sort of full review of that. There was a bit of a kind of early to mid 1980s Simple Minds feel overall to them. His vocals were sort of pretty throaty, quite rough, quite Glaswegian, really. In some ways, he kind of reminded me a bit of the Filthy Tongues and the faster stuff and the Bathers and the more sort of moody melodic songs. Neither of which are particularly bad reference points, I might add. So there was a kind of quite a Scottish feel to the songs, but as I say, a kind of post-punk, early 80s feel overall to some of what was there, which was good. Band were cracking. He played the album, lasted about 45 minutes. He got more and more relaxed as it went through, and by the end, you could see that he was really enjoying himself. It'd been over 40 years since he'd done a gig, so the very least we could give him was an encore. And Capaldi and the band came back on, and they actually played a cover of "Sit Down" by James, and it was actually quite nice to see the band play a song that we recognised, and we were able to kind of hear their take on that. And again, it had a sort of similar feel to some of the other songs they've been playing, so they had put their own spin on it, but it was also a classic kind of encore sing-along song, which was a really nice way to finish the gig. So everything appeared to go well. I'm sure the feedback from those in the audience would be positive. And Capaldi, no doubt, will be reflecting on how it was for him and the band, and what they would do to take that forward. As I say, the new album's coming out in February 25. There's a couple of songs already on Spotify, I think. Is It Today and Midnight are both available, and good examples of sort of faster, more upbeat song, and one that's a little bit more moody and a bit more melancholy, which is Midnight. So check them out if you get the chance. If and when the album comes out, you'd like to think after 40 years since playing a gig that he and his band will be planning to play a few more a little bit quicker than 40 years. And if you get the chance, I would encourage you to go and see them and see what you think of them. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope you enjoyed listening. And until next time, stay safe. All the best now.